what makes something go viral on the social media? What makes it stick? Recently, psychologists have studied the nature of viral content. You all might think that it is by chance that some silly cat video goes viral, while some other very important videos are not given much attention. Why does that happen? Chip and Dan Heath, two brothers, one of whom is a professor at Stanford University, actually decided to study the art and science of viral phenomena. They concluded that it's not so much an art, but a science, and its principles can be deciphered. So if you want to create viral posts on social media, perhaps I have a tip or two for you to follow. So let's look at their formula for viral social media. And that formula can be summed up with this word that you now see on the screen, success. But you will notice that at the end of this word, instead of two S's, we only have one. So what does success stand for? The first letter, S, is for simple. In order for a post to become viral, the phenomenon that is being showed has to be very, very simple, very, very straightforward. It doesn't have to be true, but it has to be simple. I'll give you an example. Many motivational speakers say things like, you only use 10% of your brain. Imagine what would happen if you used all 100%. We know that there is absolutely no basis to this statement. In fact, it is totally wrong. Our brains are constantly busy and we are mostly using pretty much everything that we have at our disposal. So this statement is wrong, but it is so popular that you would find many people repeating it. And I'm sure you've heard it. Some of you may have heard another version where we use only 5% of our total brain capacity, while others say 10%. Remember, the secret is its simplicity. It doesn't have to be true. The second letter, U, stands for the unexpected. The key feature of most viral social media is that you are given the unexpected in the message. I will now show you an advertisement by the company Blend Tech, where you would see an iPhone being blended by a very powerful blender.
Will it blend? That is... I love my new iPhone. It does everything. But will it blend? That is the question. Let's find out. I think I'm going to push the smoothie button. I smoke. Don't breathe this. Now, you fans on YouTube have asked me to blend an iPhone, so I did it. But I have another. I'm going to put this on eBay.
This example meets the requirement of the unexpected. The third letter, C, stands for concrete. The images that we use have to be concrete. They cannot be abstract. I'll give you an example. If I say that the vision of my organization is to stabilize, equilibrate, and calibrate the management dimension of the social currency. I created this sentence deliberately. It is absolute nonsense and gibberish and doesn't mean anything. And the chances are nobody remembers this kind of nonsense. But the corporate sector routinely generates these kinds of sentences. What is the result? The employees do not remember what the company's mission or the vision or strategy is, because it is usually very, very abstract and mostly gibberish or nonsensical. As opposed to that, I'm reminded of the motto of Copa, the Panamanian Airlines, where they decided that their corporate goal was 3 words. In Spanish, it was llegar al tiempo, which translates into on-time arrival. So this airlines turned itself around because everybody in their staff knew that their goal was one, to arrive on time, which meant that all of the staff changed their behavior. So for instance, the captain of the crew did not wait for the cleaning team to arrive and clean everything. If they found a loose tissue paper somewhere in the plane, they'd pick it up. Similarly, if the person responsible for closing the door found that the captain had not given clearance for it, instead of waiting for their clearance, they would go personally to the captain and say, "Sir, we need to close the door, we need to leave on time so that we could arrive on time." Similarly, if a passenger has fallen asleep in the waiting room area in the airport, they're not making repeated announcements. Some member of the staff would go running around the lounge and find that particular gentleman and make them board the plane in time so that they could achieve their corporate goal. So this is an example of the kind of message that sticks. Llegar al tiempo, or on-time arrival. Now, that kind of corporate goal is much more memorable and much more concrete than something abstract like great people to fly with. Now, let's come to the next C, and that is credible. The source of the information has to be credible. It is for this reason that companies spend millions getting celebrities to endorse their products. So you'd have people like Britney Spears or Salman Khan, or more recently, Ertugrul star Azra Biligic endorsing different products. At the same time, we know that many of these individuals do not actually use those products. So for instance, we know that Azra Biligic, Halima Sultan of Ertugrul, does not use jazz. So why do companies spend so much money? The chances are that some clueless individuals would actually follow that endorsement. Mostly, this kind of endorsement is not considered credible by people. They are much better off using information from their colleagues, companions, or friends. And that is why companies should target perhaps a different audience in order to ensure credibility rather than using celebrity. The next letter, E, is for emotion. If there is strong emotion in your message, chances are that it will be passed on to others. It will be shared with other people because people like to share emotional things. Some people feel that sad things are shared more often than others. Our research shows that that is not the case. Positive emotions such as laughter and happiness are shared more often than sad things. But surprisingly, negative emotions like anger and anxiety are shared much more often than sadness or other low kinds of negative emotion. And the reason for that is that in negative emotions such as anger and anxiety, our system is aroused. Our system is performing at a higher level of intensity than during sadness. So it is for this reason, perhaps, that negative emotions such as anger and anxiety perform as well as positive emotions like laughter and joy and enthusiasm. The last letter, S, is for stories. If you're a great storyteller, chances are your message will go viral, especially if you also consider the other letters of the word success.